Hey, gorgeous people. Lisa from Elise Coaching here. This is my way of supporting you in whatever you need through these challenging times. I see that we're all being challenged somewhat. And if I can help you make it a little bit of a smoother ride in any way, then that's what I'm here for. So I'm going to jump on daily, probably look at different times on different days for different time zones. As I know for many of you, this isn't a good time, and for some of you, it is. So we will play around. If you have a specific time that you would like me to jump on and do one of these, then please let me know. So, what's this all about? Well, it's an outlet for you. It's a safe haven. It's somewhere you can come to just remove yourself from the chaos that is life at the moment. For many of you who are in lockdown or social isolation, that is bringing a whole new set of problems we've never ever come across before. We're being challenged. We are being challenged in many ways. So this is a chance for you to just take time out to connect with others, discover who is going through something similar or who has come through it and has got great tips. So it's for you to jump in, share your tips, share your ideas and your challenges, and let's support each other. So the way I envisage this happening, and it's entirely up to you, this is your show, is that maybe we'll do some meditation. Um, we'll definitely have a question and answer session, which may turn into a mini coaching session. So you could get a free coaching session. Tips and hints. So I will give you some tips and hints and tools and yeah, whatever you really need. Sometimes, all we need is to just come and talk to somebody. So it could be that we just jump on and we have a chat. So as this grows and we get more people on board, then yeah, maybe we just have a conversation just like we used to in the old days. Remember those when we would just go around to a friend's house and everybody would just drop in and that sort of thing. So that's what this is about. It's a bit of a safe place for you to come and just let go and get a bit of support for whatever it is you're going through. So I'm curious to know, what are your biggest challenges? Are they financial? Is it that you've been laid off? Is it that you're unemployed? Is it that you just can't work at the moment and therefore you're not getting any money? Is it you don't know how you're going to pay your bills? Or is it health? Are you genuinely scared that you're going to get the coronavirus or get ill? Or maybe I'm feeling so many of you, maybe for many of you, it's just having the kids at home 24/7 and not being able to get out with them or do things that you would normally do. So these are all challenges, and I would love to know, what are the biggest challenges that you're facing out there, because they're they're all challenges. You're not on your own. Other people will be following or sharing those challenges. So let's work out how we can support each other to come through those. So please let me know, what are your biggest challenges? And we can look at those. If nobody jumps on today, we can look at them tomorrow. We can do whatever. So what I'd like to do in the meantime is just teach you a little trick that puts you back in control of your emotions. And let's face it, that's all we can control. We have no control on what's going on outside. Yeah, it's a big world out there at the moment, and there is so much information. We're in information overload. So we can't control that. What we can control is how we respond, and or how we respond or react. And most of us react. We've never been taught to respond. We've never been taught to take a step back, have a look at it and say, okay, what's the real situation here? So if you find that you're being triggered by a partner, by a friend, by a family member, by the kids, by anything, I invite you to just sit and explore it, because generally it is not the trigger that is the problem. Yeah, whatever has caused you to erupt, to be sad, to be whatever, is generally something that triggers something deeper in us, something that hasn't been expressed. And What I'm seeing now is that there's going to be an awful lot of that because we're in an environment that we haven't been in before. We don't feel able to express ourselves effectively because we've never been taught to do that. We've been taught to hide our emotions instead of learn to express them safely. And there's a very true saying that what is suppressed will be expressed. And generally, the expression is a bit like a volcano. It's not planned, and the simplest thing can tip it up over the edge. And like I say, very rarely is that the cause. It's just a symptom. So this is a very simple tip, and we will look at different tips. We will look at tapping, we will look at meditation, we will look at all the sorts of things. Some of the things I've put on my YouTube channel, which you're welcome to go over and check out. That's in its infancy too, but that's what this is doing. It's getting me to see how I can reach and support more of you. So I'm doing things that I've talked about doing for a long time and never done. So I'm stepping well out of my comfort zone here. Apologies for not being able to live stream this either. I thought all I had to do was click a couple of buttons, but I can't even find the buttons to click. Back to Google again. I did follow the instructions, but got lost. So I will go back and do that again so we can live stream this as well if you can't jump into Zoom. However, if you're able to jump into Zoom, I really recommend it because then we can interact. We can talk just like normal people. Whereas if we live stream on Facebook, we can only get the messages and I can't see the messages while I'm here and all that sort of stuff. So I would love it if you join me in the Zoom room and where we can really communicate, connect. Something that I've been doing lately, I've been doing a lot of self-studies and programs at the moment, and connecting with others is so powerful. I know that I connect easily, I don't connect deeply. So I'm personally working on that. So these are other things. What can we look at that will, where are the gifts in this? But we'll talk about that in a moment. So let's have a look at this little process that I offered you. And generally speaking, I'm sure you're all aware of energy. You might not understand it, but you know when you walk into a room, sometimes you can cut the air with a knife. That is a heavy negative energy. Other times you can feel really heavy and all of a sudden you're in party mode because the energy has lifted you up. So the only thing we can control is our energy and our thought process. And we need to change our thought process, control our thought process to be able to change our energy. So what happens is when something happens, it doesn't matter what it is, good or bad, when something happens, we go to that frequency and we cast out an energy net of that frequency. So everybody who is in that situation is caught up in that energy net and can't do anything different, even if they want to. And you may be familiar with this when you've decided that you're going to behave different, you're going to do something, and you go back and do exactly the same as you've always done. Or that somebody just pushes your buttons and they push them more and more and more. So that's because that's all they can do while they're in that push my buttons vibration. So let me just take a little backtrack. So we're in this vibration, in this frequency, and we're stuck. We've got an energy net over them, the situation, and unfortunately, we're in the net as well. So when we can cut ourselves free from the net, it doesn't matter what they do, it won't bother us. When we're on a different frequency, we really don't care what they do. It doesn't bother us at all. So let me just give you a little bit of context here about good and bad and positive and negative and all that sort of stuff. So nothing has meaning except the meaning we give it. And the meaning we give it is based on our past experiences. It's based on what happened to us previously, or even worse, on somebody else's past experiences. Okay, how many people do you know that are scared of spiders because their mum was scared of spiders or whatever? I mean, that's possibly not the best example, but we take on somebody else's fears and experiences. So nothing has meaning until we give it meaning. So everything is neutral. And then once it's neutral, we label it good or bad. And they have to be at the same distance. Okay, do you like my moving screen? That's magic. That's the magic of Elise. So it has to be the same difference. So one goes here, one will go here. One goes out there somewhere, the other will go out there somewhere. You like this? Isn't it cool? I love technology. I do. So what does that mean? Well, there's a couple of things. One is that because they're on opposite ends of the spectrum, and you can't have one without the other, it's not possible. You can't have up without down, in without out. So wherever you go on one side, there has to be equal on the other side. Now, the problem is because they're on opposite sides, we can only see one of them at a time. And of course, if we're looking at that one, we can't see that one. So it's a bit like going into a grocery shop, okay? You want to buy a car. You're not going to find a car to buy in a grocery shop. You can look as much as you like, but you're not going to find a car in a grocery shop, okay? So if you want to buy a car, you've got to get out of the grocery shop and go over to the car shop, okay? And of course, once you're in the car shop, you can only buy cars. You can't buy groceries. So once we've decided or recognized where we're at, then it's time for us to change, because we really don't want groceries. We want a new car. Now, what we need to do is shift our energy to get us out of one into the other, because you can only find more of the same. And if that's what you want, that's fine. If you're after groceries, stay there. That's really cool. But if you're not after groceries, you want a car, you have to move. So one of the most simple ways to do this is what we call lagging. And you're going to write 5 things that you like, you appreciate, or you're grateful for about this person, about the situation, or even about yourself. This is a really powerful one to do for yourself. And what that does is cuts you free from that energy net. And it has nothing to do with them. It is not about them in the slightest. Because I know you're going, oh, I can't think of anything good to say about them. I can't think anything I like, anything I appreciate, or whatever. So this is a challenge. Yeah. But if you want a different result, something's got to shift. So I'm going to invite you to sit down and write down 5 things that you like, appreciate, or you're grateful for about this person or this situation. And you can do it on this coronavirus if you want to. And you may find you don't have to do 5 of each. They're all on a similar vibration. And sometimes you can be grateful for, or you can appreciate something even if you don't like it. Okay, so just 5 things. So if it's a person, it may be that you need to go back to a time when there were good things. Or maybe you need to look at how they behave with somebody else. Or it might just be they dress nicely, they do their job well. It doesn't matter. We have to start looking for it. And the reason for that is that our ego needs to be right. So when we make a decision that something is bad, somebody's annoyed us, our ego will look for evidence to prove that you were right. Yeah, have you ever done that? Have you seen how quickly things escalate? Somebody says something, somebody gets upset, and before you know it, we've got an all-out war going on. It really escalates out of all proportion. And that's because we've got 2 egos looking to prove that we were right. So you'll keep finding things that are wrong. Now, of course, the beautiful thing is that that happens on the other side as well. So when you've opted to go car shopping in the good, the positive, wherever it is you're looking, then you will find that because your ego needs to be right. It will look for things to prove that you're right. So the first couple of days, you might find just the same thing. It's all a bit challenging and it's really not getting you anything. And you're just writing the same thing every day. So that's fine. What will happen is your ego will start to look for things to prove that you were right. And when that happens, your energy will shift. And let me tell you that this energy can shift really, really quickly. It really can. So have some fun with this. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard to find things that are good about somebody that you really don't like, that they're really pushing your buttons, but there is something in there somewhere. Okay, we all have good and bad. And if they're really triggering you, perhaps they're mirroring you. Oh, that's a bit scary, isn't it? That's another subject for another day. Anyway, have some fun with this. Just really allow yourself to explore what is good about a situation, about a person. And then if you really want to put the icing on the cake, you can send them some love. Yeah, some love. Now, I can feel the resistance from here. You cannot give love if you're running on an empty tank. So what I invite you to do is to fill up your own tank first, because when we are overflowing with love, we don't care who gets it, because we've got enough. So we're quite happy for the rest of it to go out to the rest of the world. So we can drown them in our love, whether they want it or not. So what fun, how much fun can we have with that? So send them some love. And if you are running on empty, then it's time for you to fill your tank. And one of the best ways to do this is take 5 minutes every day just to go back to a memory where you felt full of love. It could be when you had your baby, you had a new pet, you fell in love, something happened that you just felt so full up. So, oh, when they say, oh, I could eat you all up, oh, I could squeeze you, that kind of love, that beautiful, beautiful, overflowing feeling of love. Because when you can do that, you've got a full tank. And if you do that every day, you will maintain your full tank. And that's what we need. There's a lot of empty tanks out there at the moment. We need you to keep yours full. So that's a way to do that. Another way, if you're still really struggling, and like I say, if you're struggling to send love, it's because you're running on empty. But if you still haven't quite filled up, if you still haven't quite filled up your love tank, just pull in the universe's energy. Take some love from the universe. Just go, I'll have some of that, thank you, and throw it at them. Yeah, that's it. Doesn't even have to be your love, because love is universal. So if you're struggling, do that. See what happens. And then if it's somebody who's pushing your buttons and you really want to put a cherry on top of the icing, you can tell them what you've written. You can say, I really appreciate what you did for me today. I really appreciate that you did that so I could do my job properly. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, but that's only when you're really, really, really so full up with love that you just want to share everything. So that's the lagging process. So do have some fun with that. It is incredibly, incredibly powerful. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know how you go with it. I've had people have incredible results very, very quickly on this. So do have some fun, because we need more fun. So what I would like to do is I would like to share a beautiful meditation that I found while I was looking for things to support you on YouTube. And it's called Mindful Meditation for Difficult Times. And it comes from Blocker Yoga. And I will put the link in when I post this on Facebook for you. So I'm going to invite you just to take a bit of time out, relax, take a deep breath, allow yourself to just this is 7 minutes long, and you can cut it short because there's a little bit of blurb on the end. So just allow yourself to take time out. And this is not a luxury, okay? This is a necessity. If you don't have a full tank, if you don't keep yourself healthy, then you can't support anybody else. So just close your eyes, sit down somewhere comfortable, then close your eyes and just enjoy this beautiful meditation. And I will speak to you in a few minutes. 1 minute, I've just remembered that I have to click share audio. Just 1 moment. I'll find it. I know it's here somewhere. Oh. Ah, this might not work. I've lost my button. Just a moment. Let's see if this will work. Hang on a minute. Oh, technology. Okay. Stop share. All right, this might not work then, guys. So maybe I will just take you through a meditation myself without any music. So stay sitting nice and relaxed. I hope you're chuckling to yourself. Stay nice and relaxed. Close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. Breathing in and out. Taking another deep breath in. And this time when you take the breath in, just hold the breath for a couple of seconds and then let the breath out again. Breathing in, hold, and out. And anytime you're feeling stressed, just come back and do this. Okay, we just want to get that oxygen flowing around the body to reduce the stress. Just take another deep breath in. And just bring your awareness to your body. Just feel from your toes. Just become aware of them. No need to do anything with them. Just become aware of them. Your feet, your ankles. Just notice what they're doing. Notice if there's any tension or whether they're totally relaxed. Your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips. And just become aware, particularly of your hips, if there's any tension there. We hold a lot of tension in our hips. And if there is, just relax, let it go. Just become aware of your belly, your back, moving up through your chest, into your shoulders, another place we hold a lot of tension. So just become aware if you've got any tension there. And if you have, just let it out. If you need to shake it out, shake it out. Otherwise, just let it go. Your awareness down your arms, all the way down to your fingers. Just notice, are they warm, are they cold, tingling, or are they just there? Just become aware. And coming back up to the neck, into the jaw, another place we hold our attention. Just notice if your jaw is tight. And if it is, smile, let it go. Up through your face, around your cheeks, your eyes, relax your eyes. Your forehead, let go of those frown marks. And into the top of your head. And just notice your body. Notice anywhere you might need to just let go of any tension or pain. And as you allow yourself to relax, just take a journey inside to you, to find your inner strength. So just take a journey into your heart, whatever that looks like for you. And just notice, what are you feeling in your heart? Does it feel tight? Does it feel expansive? Is it full of color? Or is it a bit pale? And while you're in there and observing your heart, get a feel. Get a feel for the power of your heart. The power that keeps your body moving, keeps your body functioning. Notice also the courage of your heart, the courage to keep going when you're exhausted. Just keeps going. Notice the courage when you're faced with things that frighten you. Your heart keeps going. Now notice the love that is in your heart. Maybe you've closed down. Maybe your heart is struggling to Share the love. Because there's so many barriers around it. We've protected it from hurt, from pain. And yet your heart is incredibly strong, incredibly powerful, incredibly courageous. As are you. Allow those feelings of strength, of love, of courage. Allow them out of your heart and into the rest of your body. Allow those feelings to flow down through your body, up into your mind, all over your body. Feel your body coming alive with love, with strength, with courage. Just sit with this feeling for a few minutes. Really allow it to penetrate your whole body. Maybe reaching parts of your body that haven't felt those for a long time. Feel your body coming alive. Feel that love flooding through your body, bringing with it strength and courage. You have everything you need. Everything you need to thrive. Just know that that feeling is yours whenever you want it, whenever you need it, whenever you allow it. This is your natural state. Very gently, in your own time, bring your awareness back to the sounds around you, the sensations in your body. And when you feel ready, smile and open your eyes. Welcome back. It is so important that we take this time for ourselves to recharge ourselves every day. And it's important for us to do it all the time, but even more so now. Okay, now we're being challenged in ways we've never been challenged before. So I invite you to put aside at least 5 minutes a day just to go into meditation, to listen to an audio. You don't have to go into a still mind. Just listen to an audio. Listen to something that just brings everything back to that beautiful place where you know you have everything you need to deal with whatever life wants to throw at you. So I would love to be answering some questions, but I haven't got any. So please send me some excuse me, send me some questions, your challenges, and invite your friends. This is so much nicer when I've got people to talk to. So that's probably it for today. I will jump on again tomorrow. I'll let you know what time, and let's connect. Okay, everything is better when we connect. We're stronger. Okay, the media, the governments are very good at divide and conquer, and they're splitting us up. And it's time that we took that back and said, you know what, we're all one. We're all together in this. So that's it for me from today. And if you have any ideas of what you would like, how I can support you, please reach out and let me know, and let's see what else I can create. So take care and stay special, and I will speak to you soon.